This Sunday brings us the 2017 edition of Holyoke St. Patrick's Parade. You can see it right here on WGBY starting at noon. To get us all ready for the big event, I spoke with Parade Grand Marshal Sister Jane Morrissey, Grand Colleen Maggie Walsh, and 2017 Parade Committee President Mike Moriarty.
We are an important Irish heritage festival for the entire Northeast region. We put on the best parade in the country and sometimes credited with the second largest. Those guys in Chicago are driven wild by that talk. We're also an economic development engine. Our weekend means $20 million of revenue for this valley over the course of each year. And that is a return on the work and investment that we do that's beyond what we're even asking for.
Absolutely amazing. We'll get back to some of those points, hopefully, as we progress in the next few minutes. I've got to turn to the Grand Marshal. And first of all, Sister Jane, let me tell you, I'm still always a little nervous when I'm in the presence of a Sister of St. Joseph, okay?
All right.
It's been a lot of years in grade school.
Get by it quick.
Okay. We'll be good. But I've got to ask you, Sister, the first thing that occurred to me when I heard that you got in this is, wow, great, wonderful choice. But your whole life in the order is about being part of community. It's about humility. It's not about being singled out for an honor. What was your reaction?
Well, I think my first thing was, this is for us. This is for the Sisters of St. Joseph. This is for the kids at Homework House. This is for the people who come to the Gray House day after day. This is for my family. This is for us. I'm just the little marshmallow who this year became the Grand Marshal by some fluke of named Mike Moriarty.
Now, Maggie Walsh, Grand Colleen, tell me about this for you. Is this the case of a little girl's dream coming true to be the Grand Colleen, or is this something that came to you more recently in life?
Oh, no. Ever since I was a little girl, absolutely. Totally a dream come true, not only just for me, but for my entire family. What an honor to be able to represent not only my Irish heritage, which I hold so close to my heart, but also represent the city of Holyoke and for other little girls to look up to, too.
Got to ask you about that. What's it like for you to now meet some of the little girls that was you 10 or 12 years ago, meeting Colleen? They're looking at you with that same sense of awe and wonder and, wow, maybe this could be me someday.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's totally surreal, and I can't believe, even to this day that I'm now standing in, the girls' shoes that I used to look up to as well.
And there's so much to do, a lot of responsibilities for the Grand Colleen. I know you said, luckily, your college years really have come to an end. You finished the semester early, so you've got time to get to all the appearances and things like this. And
yeah, it's very time consuming. We do have a lot of events that we're invited to. They're awesome, they're incredible, and I just so happen to finish up school a semester early, so I don't have to take off any time from school, and work is very flexible, so I couldn't be luckier.
Excellent, excellent. Mike Moriarty, as you pull this all together in the final days, I never forget the first year we broadcast the parade back in the early 2000s. I remember Jack O'Neill, the late, great Jack O'Neill, who was in charge of the broadcast and one of the announcers for so many years, said to me at one point, because I was asking different questions and it was still being worked out, it was still being thought about, and there was plenty of time, but still, I'm that kind of type A guy that wants, let me an answer, tell me what's going on here. Jack took me aside, put his arm around me, he said, Jimmy, you got to understand, on a Sunday morning in March, somehow we all come together, everybody's done their part, we all meet at Kmart Plaza in Holyoke, and a parade happens. It's an amazing kind of chemistry.
Nobody does what we do with an all-volunteer committee except us. What we accomplish every year is an improbability. We have a budget in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we have to raise every year to make it happen, and we do it. We have over 100 active volunteers and 300 members on the committee that all pull together and take on jobs in 30 different committees to make everything happen. And not simply the parade, but also the road race, several events through the weekends and several events in the months leading up to the event, all done with different volunteers. And we're all Irish, we bear grudges like nobody's business, and yet we still manage to put them aside and work together year after year and become really a tremendous family.
Sister Jane, I've got to ask you, you've got a whirlwind weekend coming up. What are you particularly excited about? are looking forward to with this parade and this honor?
You know, every moment. I mean, that's what I find. Since I was flabbergasted by Mike Moriarty's question, you know, when I happened to be at Peck School, and I mean, and I found myself laughing. I didn't grow up dreaming about this. I didn't, you know, never did it cross my mind. But how can you but say yes to something that has so much joy and so much, the spirit from that first moment has been one of affirmation, cooperation, and a general exposure to what is beautiful and wholesome and good and joyful.
Perfectly said. Brings us to the close of our time together. Sister Jane, Maggie Walsh, Mike Moriarty, thanks for coming in. Have a great parade and a great weekend.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you.